Hi, everyone. It is Lauren Conlon here from Los Angeles Magazine. Happy Wednesday. Nick Reiner has his arraignment today in Los Angeles, and I have a feed waiting right outside the courtroom, or it's not my feed, it's Associated Press's feed. And pretty much we are expecting Alan Jackson to come out and make a few statements after this arraignment. I mean, who knows what we're going to hear? And after he does that, I will be calling our favorite attorney, Mark Geragos, on the phone to get his thoughts on everything. So at this point, the arraignment was set to start at 8:30 a.m. PST. That was about 25 minutes ago, 26 minutes ago. And you know how court is. They don't always start on time. Hopefully this one did. I guess we'll wait and see. Generally, arraignments are not that long. So I am thinking that this will be done, hopefully, if it started on time, maybe by 9 a.m. PST, 9:15 PST. Obviously, that's 12:15 for us. So let's see. I mean, again, this arraignment could be much more complicated due to the medical evaluation that they're going to put forward to enter the plea of what many of us believe is going to be not guilty by reason of insanity. Let me check the comments before I pull this up. Oh, hey, Dizzy. Good to see you. So my understanding is he is going to be there in person, but I could be wrong. But, you know, like, let me pull this up. I'll put the AP feed up. So this morning, I've had this up all morning because last time I learned a lesson and I had to jump on right away because it just was so abrupt. Alan Jackson coming out basically 5 minutes after the arraignment was going to start. So I've had this up just to make sure I'm on time. And it's so annoying because there's this one dude that's there and he just happens to be, I think, near a microphone, an AP microphone. And he's just saying the most annoying things ever. He just keeps yelling F Trump, Trump this, Trump that. And I'm like, wait, am I watching the right feed? Are we talking about Trump this morning or no? We've just got another person who's taking an opportunity to, yeah. Anyway, oh, thank you so much. You're so nice. You just made my day. I mean, listen, I don't know what you mean by being evaluated. Do you mean, is he being evaluated by an outside doctor to enter the plea? Or do you mean just in general? Because at this point, you know, it is separate. So the news about Nick Reiner being removed from Suicide Watch, I mean, that was all done inside of the prison walls or jail walls by the jail doctors. You know, that if you watch the stream with Dr. Dwayne Hendricks, who was the former MDC warden, he made it very clear. Once you are inside that jail, the jail has basically authority medically as well to determine where you're placed and what goes on. Now, obviously, for the plea, they are hiring an outside doctor or medical expert to evaluate him for the not guilty by reason of insanity plea or mental competency. So does that help, Dizzy? I'm not sure if I'm being clear. Oh, thank you so much, John and Warren. I feel like I am having a better hair day than I have been lately. If you watch the recent LA Magazine podcast videos, my hair is pulled back and very greasy. So thank you so much. It's washed. Let me see. Yeah, we talked about them having the ability in jail to do mental health evaluations, but I would think if he's not evaluated yet, then he can't leave the jail. No, I'm fairly certain that he has been in the jail only because he's off of Suicide Watch, which also means that he, you know, instead of being constantly monitored, I think the checks are now happening every 15 minutes or so, from what I understand. So let's see. Yeah, you see, of course, I talk about this guy that's yelling things about Trump and now he's silent. He was plugging his YouTube channel. He was plugging his Instagram. Oh my gosh, it was so annoying. So annoying. can make this bigger, I guess, for now. Actually, no, I'll leave it like this for now, and just we'll see what happens. But no, I don't think so. Dizzy, I don't think he's in Gen Pop. He's still in solitary from what I understand as well. Definitely just not on suicide watch, which basically, like I said, the difference is he's not being monitored every second. He's being checked on every 15 minutes or so. And, after being in court for Luigi Mangione, it's not that he was on suicide watch, but he was also being monitored very, very closely. I think for the first day that he was in that maximum security jail in Pennsylvania, just because of who he was. So yeah, with Nick Reiner, he's not being constantly watched, but he's being closely monitored. And again, that is my understanding. But oh my gosh, if you watched my podcast about Nick Reiner from today and just the Reiners in general, I was so surprised to hear this. I guess I shouldn't say surprised, but there was a story that came out about the Reiners being very, very close with an inmate who was formerly on death row, that he basically had his death sentence commuted to life in prison, but there was all these issues with his case. The ballistics expert that testified recanted his statement, and this crime that happened with this one guy, who, by the way, again, very, very close with the Reiners. They had talked about him living with them if he ever got released. I mean, they considered him family. Crazy. So basically, in the 90s, they relied heavily on witness testimony. And that's why so many cases obviously have been retried, thrown out, etc. You hear about that all the time. So with this case, there was lots of errors, and it just, it was just not great. And the Reiners became advocates for this guy. Apparently there was a play or some kind of just written word type of thing in Los Angeles based on this guy's writings from prison. And they saw it and they were super moved. And that's how they became friendly with this guy. And so they had exchanged, countless emails, letters, everything. And apparently Michelle Reiner had written this guy an email just pretty much hours or the day of her red rum. And this inmate describes not seeing it until days later. And he also describes, like, they get tablets in prison as well. And he describes, oh shoot, my Mac is going to die. Hold on. What the heck? Why is this going to die? Sorry, I thought I had it plugged in. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. That will be horrible. Okay, now it's charging. Sorry. I was like, what is happening? I think it's charging. I left my charger, my computer charger, at my parents' house, just side note, and I ordered another charger from Amazon, and it's one of those cheap ones. So I think it's like, shoot. We also left my kid's favorite stuffy at my parents' house too, which had to be overnighted. So yeah, great job, Mom. So anyway, he was scrolling through the prison tablet, and he saw the news of the Reiners, and he said he didn't believe it. So he said he texted her, I guess, from the tablet and said something like, "Tell me it's not true." And then he obviously later found out that it was true. So yeah, that's crazy. That's so crazy. Yes, thank you. He said message him the day of, but because of the screening, yeah, he didn't receive it right until, and I can't imagine that was very easy. But anyway, I heard that story, and it's not like I was, I guess, surprised because they were very vocal. There's the guy, about certain issues. And even if you heard a previous stream I did with Garagos said that Reiner was very supportive of some of his past clients. We didn't really get into who those clients were, but obviously, Garagos has some interesting clients. He defends them, so they are generally accused of something pretty heinous. But yeah, he said that Reiner was a big supporter. So yes. Okay, let's make sure. Okay. All right. My computer's charging. Oh my gosh. I would be so upset if that happened. Oh my goodness. That would just, yeah, drive me crazy. So, all right. So let's wait. Let's wait here. Yes, stay here at the on the LA Mag YouTube channel. You can hang out with me. We can chat until hopefully AJ comes out and gives us an update on what's going on. So I'm hopefully thinking maybe 10 minutes, maybe less, and then we'll give Garagos a call, or maybe he'll call me depending on his schedule before or after, depending on the timing. It's so hard. He's just so busy. So busy. Goodness. Mm. Sorry, did anyone see that? The coffee just splashed up my nose. It's a crazy busy day too. I think Ashley Buzzard has a hearing as well. Dizzy, do you know if that is also happening? I believe that's happening. Oh, and I put a bunch of hearings this week because it was just so crazy. And it looks like the KPD hearing that was supposed to be yesterday was pushed back to February. They're having a suppression hearing for evidence in that case out of Vegas. Oh my gosh. Sorry to say, what a joke that is. And granted, I have not actually sat through these hearings, and I'm a big proponent of sitting through these hearings, these arraignments, these, whatever. I'm a big fan. You know what? I'm going to turn that down while we're waiting. Is that super distracting? Let's see. I just want to make sure that I hear it when it actually does, when someone does go live. Hang on. All right, I'll turn it way down for now. So yeah, I'm a big proponent of sitting through everything when something isn't televised, so you can just get all the details, and all of that jazz. And with KPD, obviously, I haven't sat through anything, but the evidence that he wants suppressed is the funniest thing, in my opinion, because he basically wants his own clout chasing words suppressed. Everything he said in the past on Vlad TV, wherever, the books he's written, he's basically going back and being like, oh, I was just saying that. Okay. I mean, right. Okay, that's fine. But like you said it to make money for how many years now? I mean, come on. So, and there's some other evidence they want suppressed as well. But the biggest thing is basically his own statements. He's also citing the proffer that he had as just being bogus, because he's saying that law enforcement, they broke the proffer agreement by disclosing some of his statements that he made. And this was, I think, a couple years ago. And this is actually the motion that mentioned Diddy's name. I think it was like 70 something times. And that when that news came out, I remember a few years ago, it was a really big deal. Really, really big deal. But yeah, he was saying, nope, you guys broke the proffer agreement because you released this stuff that I said, blah, blah, blah. And they were like, well, you actually broke the proffer agreement first by yapping, because this agreement that he had was, I think it was 2010 that they made it. And we all know he's been yapping. Yeah, well after 2010. All right. Let me make sure this is, oops, sorry guys. That was still nothing. Still nothing. Okay. So yeah, back to Dizzy, back to your question about Nick. I don't know then if he's going to be in person or if he's going to be appearing via Zoom. That's a really good question. I'm just very anxious, I guess, for what his plea is going to be. I really am. I just want to know if it's going to be, or his mental health issues. I want to know if those are as severe as we all believe them to be. That's what I want to know. So, all right, let me put this down. I think also one of Matthew Perry's doctors are being, or one of the accused, not the accused, but because they pled out. What is his name? He's being sentenced today, I believe, as well. Uh, Eric Fleming. Should check on that. I think that's today. Gosh, there is so much going on. Oh, wait. Oh, no, yeah. Oh my gosh. He is scheduled to be sentenced today. That's crazy. He faces up to 25 years in prison. And yes, he was one of the doctors that gave Matthew Perry, or basically took advantage of him money wise and gave him all this ketamine that he didn't really need. Whew. So I'm trying to also be very conscious of the way I speak. I guess my volume levels here. So would love for you guys to give me some feedback on that. I tend to talk very loudly, have a musical theater background, and I was always told to sing out, Louise, and speak up. And I try not to read comments too much, but I did a hit the other day, and one of the comments was like, I like Lauren Conlin, but why do I feel like, or something like that, something like that. Like it was perfectly fine. But they were like, I like Lauren Conlin, but why do I feel like she's always screaming or she's always yelling? And I'm like, that's fair. I do feel like I can do that, but it's a habit. Like talking like this, I'm sure you guys can hear me, but it feels very strange. It feels really weird to me to talk like this. Can you hear me? I'm sure you can. I've got a great heavy duty mic right here, but yeah. All right, we're going on 45 minutes here. Thank you so much, Teresa. You can hear me. Is this a comfortable tone for everybody? Because it's very uncomfortable for me. No, I'm just kidding. It is a little uncomfortable for me. There's something also. I should show you this as well. Something on Instagram about Rob Reiner. I'll pull this up, but I was a member of the Friars Club before it closed. And if anybody is unfamiliar with the Friars Club, it's in New York City, super famous club where they originated all of the roasts. And it was horrible. A few years ago, they redid the whole club. It was so beautiful, so amazing. And then basically it went bankrupt and we had to close it. And like, just a side note, it was after we all paid our annual dues, and like it was so annoying. So anyway, I'm still friends on Instagram with a bunch of former Friars Club members, and one of the guys posted this old video of the end of Rob Reiner roasting Billy Crystal a while back, and this was before the Friars Club was redone. So the room that they showed was a room that had since been renovated and looked much different and much better. But anyway, the point was this video. Oh, oh, it's an ad. Sorry, I was like, what's going on? Sorry. The video, it basically showed the end of Rob doing his roast, and he was laughing so hard. He was sitting next to Robert De Niro and then Billy Crystal, and Michelle Reiner was on the other side of him. And he just seemed like just so natural, so gregarious, and just a nice, genuine, fun guy. I gotta let me try to pull this up because I couldn't believe just how I guess normal seeming he was. And I know that sounds dumb because hello, he's a human being. We're all human beings, but he just kind of reminded me of like a jovial uncle or whatever. And then he's just like the type of guy that always had his wife with him and always wanted his wife with him, which I thought was really sweet. Let me find this post. Great. Now I have to be like, what's this guy's name? I'm like, it's so good. What is his name? I did store this post too. Actually, wait, let me make sure. It's a long commercial. Refresh it. Even the AP chat is like, what the hell? A commercial in the live stream? That's really funny. What is this guy's name again?
Gains intelligence, and the physical foundation can respond in real time to what's happening around it. So that's great. Why bring all of this to CES?
I'm going to try to find this clip for you while we're waiting.
In technology today, they're not in software. They're actually in the physical world. AI needs more chips.
So wait, I love this. Thanks for sharing, John. What's everybody's favorite Rob Reiner movie, by the way?
And the entire digital economy needs infrastructure that can be.
Wait, John, I feel like I sent this to you, this Instagram link, because I remember sharing it with some people when I found it. Do you have it? Because now I'm like, I can't find it. And I forget this guy's Instagram handle. It's so annoying. Check my DMs.
And our mission statement is solving our customers' toughest challenges. It determines everything we do at Caterpillar, from how we invest.
The hell is this guy's name? This is the longest commercial. Oh, okay. You know what? I just want to make sure that I'm not missing anything here. Check another stream just in case. That would be totally my luck here. Nick. To be sitting here the whole time and then yeah, Nick Reiner Arraignment. What's happening here? Oh, it says coming up. Okay. No, I'm just trying to look for, let's go back to AP, I think. I don't know. You guys tell me. What do you, oh, Reiner, there's a feed from News Nation. Route. Okay. Oh, I like this angle better. Let's do this for now. Because then we can see. There we go. Okay. All right. Let me go back to finding this. And also, once I find it, you guys are going to be like, it's just that. That wasn't even that good for all that. Okay. Nobody wants to share their favorite Rob Reiner movie? Well, mine's The Princess Bride. I love that one. I wish my kids liked it more, so I'd have an excuse to watch it more often. Okay, let's see here. Oh, wait, no. No. Misery. Oh, that is a good one, actually. That's a really good one. I agree. I like the dark movies, too. Oops. A Few Good Men. Also, yeah, it's kind of hard not to like that one. A Few Good Men, right? I actually, who was it in that movie that I interviewed last year? He had a small part. Hell, I should find that. But he just basically told us how amazing it was to work with Rob Reiner and Jack Nicholson. And I think a lot of people had heard the story before. Oh, it was Noah Wiley. That's who I had interviewed. He had a really small part in that. But he basically said that Jack Nicholson was just so incredible. And from day one, like from the read through, he just nailed it with the, you can't handle the truth. Will I go see Luigi on Friday? So I am planning to cover Luigi in federal court, But guys, truthfully, I am dreading it because it's going to be essentially very, very similar to the state suppression hearings. I mean, it's going to be a little bit different in terms of just the fact that per the docket, the judge is saying that each side gets 30 minutes to argue. So I'm kind of hoping they keep it like that, since we were in court last time for 3 weeks. And also, if I am there, I just can't live tweet because it's federal court, and you can't bring your phone or laptop inside unless you have a special press pass, which I do not have, because I believe to get that special pass, you have to have covered 12 federal trials or something like that for the Southern District of New York. The Eastern District, it's so much easier to bring your stuff in if you really want to. But yeah, I don't have a press pass like that. So let me see what they said about Luigi. Oh, what is this? Do I think Nick's movements after the family was dead might go against him? I mean, initially, I'll be honest with you, I thought maybe yes, because in my opinion, going to a hotel and checking into a hotel after allegedly doing something like that kind of showed that you are fleeing the scene because you know that you did something wrong, which might indicate that you are mentally sound. However, after hearing more information about Nick, and I guess not necessarily his living situation, but I guess just more about his mannerisms and his day-to-day life, it was reported that Nick frequently would stay at hotels or leave his parents' house. So that was his general residence, but he's a 32-year-old man, so he would come and go a lot. So I guess it wasn't as weird that he checked into a hotel. That's all. So yeah, I kind of went back and forth about that. And no, I don't think because he was seen in like a gas station store buying a drink, that means he's mentally well. I mean, it means he was thirsty. I heard a lot of commentary like, oh, he went into this store and he bought a drink. So, whatever. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like that would just mean he was thirsty, but yeah, who knows? And also the reports from the hotel and also from the gas station, I mean, they reported that onlookers said he looked a little tweaky. I don't know necessarily what that means. It's pretty much, I mean, I know what I think it means, but I don't know what everyone else thinks it means, because that's a very specific word to use. But yeah, I mean, I also saw my friend Nicole Angemi. If you watch some of my streams, she's a pathologist assistant, and she is the host of Mother Knows Death. She's performed thousands and thousands of autopsies, etc. And she had this whole post about Nick Reiner's eyes. And it's not like science, obviously, but it's basically a Japanese what do you call it? Not conspiracy, but basically they believe that in something called yin and yang eyes. And she had this close up of Nick Reiner's eyes. So if you open his eyes like this, and I don't want to open my eyes because I have something called yang eyes and Nick Reiner has yin eyes. So if you look at someone's eyes, you can see the white on either side. And that's just very normal to see whites. You're just whatever, you got normal eyes. Well, the Japanese believe, thank you, superstition. Thank you so much, Jacqueline. The Japanese apparently believe that if you have yin or yang eyes, you are a little more complicated. So my eyes, you can see all the whites. I have crazy eyes. When I open them like that, a lot of people, when you open your eyes really wide like this, you still can't see the whites. So with Nick Reiner, when he opens his eyes, you can see the whites at the bottom. And that is yin eyes. And the Japanese believe that when you have yin eyes, well, I'll just read it to you what they believe. Let me see. Okay. It's called sanpaku. Yeah. Okay. So the white part below the iris signals imbalance, emotional turmoil, or a connection to the spiritual world. It also says that it's linked to physical stress and drug and alcohol use. So, and then it says making the person prone to danger. So I thought that was really, really interesting. Again, it's the Japanese superstition. Thanks again, Jacqueline. But yeah, and I'm so embarrassed, but my eyes like this, Charles Manson had the same eyes as me. So yeah, go me. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. When I first read this and I saw my own eyes and everything, I was like, wow, I'm really not happy about this. This is kind of kind of concerning. But I'll tell you what they say about the yang eyes as well. But wow, the yin eyes, I got to say, like that really does seem to possibly describe Nick Reiner. So yang eyes, it says, is mine, are considered rarer and more ominous. That's nice. Wait. It says the trait isn't necessarily abnormal. Studies show many healthy people. Oh no, sorry. This is still yin eyes. Sorry. Yeah. It says it's not necessarily abnormal. They show many healthy people have visible white below the iris. It's just natural eye anatomy variation. That's literally what science says. Of course they say that. So wait, that's a good question. I don't know. So maybe it is my Botox's fault. Maybe it's not my fault. Let's hope that it's not my fault, right? All right, let me tell Garagos, make sure he's okay. You still good? AJ hasn't come out yet. If something pops up, you can give me a call beforehand. Okay, let's see. Man, I was going to go live first at 11:30. I'm so glad I didn't. Let me find the picture of Nick Reiner, by the way. I can show you guys quickly the one where she showed the whites below his eyes, and it really was kind of scary. Nick. Okay, here it is. So, yes, as you can see, I'll make myself a little smaller here. Let's look at his eyes. Yeah, you can definitely see the whites below his eyes, for sure. My eyes do not look like that. Wait, what? Hold on. What is going on? Let me see. Let's go back to the feed, and then let's pull up what is going on. Okay. All right, let's get some details here. Where are you guys seeing this? Where did you see this? Nothing is showing up. Can someone drop? Yeah, can someone drop me a link? Or wait, NJ, can you DM me a link? Why am I not seeing this? Literally just hold on, I just searched it. Okay. It said that so Garagos just sent it to me. What? Thank you. Just refresh. Let's pull this up, guys. Uh, oh my gosh. Okay, I feel like this might, for me, this changes a lot. Okay. Let's see, guys. So, all right. It says Nick Reiner's lawyer is off the case, TMZ has learned, and Nick will, at least for the time being, be represented by a public defender. Sources connected to the Reiner family with direct knowledge tell TMZ when attorney Alan Jackson appears in court Wednesday morning, today, for Nick's arraignment, he will inform the judge he is no longer representing Nick. Our sources say a public defender will step in for now and the case will be continued. Nick will not enter a plea. Oh my gosh. As for why Jackson is off the case, we're told the family will be releasing a statement as soon as the proceedings are over and TMZ will report it. TMZ reported it's likely Nick will eventually plead not guilty by reason of insanity. He was diagnosed with a form of schizophrenia, and we're told his meds had sent him off the rails in the month before the murders. Oh my gosh, what is going on? I mean, wait, that's crazy. Wait, MJ, what do you mean he leaked it last night? Harvey did a video and then he took it down? No, no, it's okay. It's okay, MJ. My DMs are on. I guess I'm just confused because, like, why do this at the last possible second? And based on the Reiner family's previous statements, it really did sound like they wanted their brother, regardless of what he allegedly did to their parents, they wanted him to get good, solid representation, so he would get a fair trial. And so, his issues would be brought to light. I don't think that I guess I just didn't think a public defender would suffice for something like this. So that's really interesting. Name Reiners left their is that what Harvey said? Oh my gosh. That's crazy. But no, they would leave some of their money to their other kids. I mean, they would leave money to all their kids, right? They didn't know they were going to be allegedly red rummed by their son. So obviously that money that he would have maybe tied up. But for Romy and Jake, you would think that they would have money, a lot of money left to them. But wow, 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 wow. I am texting a source that I have just to see any info that they know. A source, I know one person that is close with AJ that I can text right now. I wish I could text AJ. That would be the best. Let's see. Wait, this is crazy. What the hell? And also, it's obviously been a few weeks since the first arraignment, I guess. And during that time, they were supposed to have him mentally evaluated for this plea. So what were they doing? B, did they actually get this evaluation done? C, did they get it done? And yeah, they didn't like the outcome. I mean, or it was, I don't know. This is very confusing. Well, apparently, according to TMZ right here, they said that AJ was going to come or be at the arraignment and inform the judge that he would no longer be on the case and a public defender would be taking over in the meantime. I think he actually showed up for court this morning. Let me see. I could have sworn they said he was there.
I'm obsessed. I will be.
Sorry, it's so loud. Let me see. Alan Jackson arrives. Yeah. So here, let me just share this tab. So many ads everywhere. Yeah, it says Alan Jackson arrives at court for Nick Reiner. Nick Reiner's lawyer is off the case, TMZ has learned, and Nick will, at least for the time being, be represented by a public defender. Let me see. Or, yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe Nick fired him. You're right. Who knows? Or not Nick, but the family. Okay, here goes AJ. And I think Liza, maybe. Oh, that makes me so dizzy. Oh, no, that's not Liza.
Can you tell us Nick's mental state right now?
How's he doing in jail right now?
Donald Trump! Sorry. Can you tell us his state right now? Nick, just pay for Alan, just pay for Nick's death.
Oh my gosh. That is an insane amount of cameras, you guys. Insane.
It's over. It's over.
Okay, so this was posted about 17.
I was concerned that if
20
I
minutes
didn't
ago.
do something about my weight, it was going to.
20 minutes ago, it was posted. So I'm thinking within the next 10 minutes at this point, this should, get wrapped up. So we should know something. Let me get this ad off the screen. The Reiner family, I know, get rid of that loudmouth idiot. I'm telling you guys, when I was listening before, this guy would not stop. I'm like, dude, okay, let's put this up oh, I had it here the whole time. Whatever, but I'm going to read some of these comments. Oh, I got to read this other comment to you guys that someone left on our YouTube that I found really interesting too. The Reiner family knows this will be held up in court for decades. Why would Alan be entitled to their legacy? This is the correct thing. I don't know about him being entitled to their legacy. I don't know what you mean, I guess. I feel like he's just a lawyer representing their son, and I obviously did not know the Reiners personally, but everything that I have heard from people that did say that they would want their son to be represented well, no matter what. And they also said that they would not want him to face capital punishment for this. But let me see. All right, let's go back. Let's go back to the live stream just in case. And then I will continue to monitor. What the heck? Why is this? My computer, it shows like it's going to die again. Okay, there we go. Cannot believe this. Now I'm scared. Okay, I'll monitor that. But somebody on the YouTube channel, when I posted a Reiner video, and keep in mind, again, I have not confirmed this myself. I have not. But she said, let me read it. Okay. She said, and again, this is unverified, but I found it interesting if it was true. They said something I'll bet you didn't know is that the Reiners once ran an ad in Craigslist that I saw, and this was in the roommate section. It was the weirdest ad in the section, which is known for weird ads, that she has ever seen. She said, I was and am looking for a roommate situation, and I do live in Brentwood, and that's how I saw it, and I know it was the Reiners. She said, because of the following, they were looking for someone with addiction and mental health experience, even mentioning schizophrenia, to shadow their 32-year-old son 24 hours a day. What was being offered was a guest house in Brentwood. No money or name was mentioned, but obviously money would have been a part of it. Now, if you doubt that it was the Reiners who placed the ad, this will seal it. Wording that ad contained, and the thing that really stood out to me was, we're at our wits' end. We don't know what to do. That sealed it for me as the Reiners. Every single thing about that ad fits the situation. This was roughly 45 to 60 days ago. I saw this ad. This avatar is not me. The about section at the page shows who I am and how to contact me. I mean, I have a lot of questions, I guess. First of all, I didn't know Craigslist was still a thing. I mean, I figured it was, but I didn't actually think that people used it legitimately, only because there's so many apps now. It's like, why would I go to Craigslist to hire a line sitter when I can, hire the line guy? But also, what's interesting is maybe because Craigslist is not as relevant anymore, they didn't want someone to figure this out and leak it to the press, possibly. So they maybe thought that was the right avenue. I mean, what do you guys think? It sounds like it could be them. And it also sounds like since they were at their wits' end, like this was the only way, right? Let's hire someone that could be his quote unquote roommate to look after him. So, we don't know what to do anymore. You can't commit this adult to a facility, right? If a doctor is not saying that he is a harm to himself or others. So yeah, I agree with you, Erica. I don't know why Craigslist. I have no idea. No clue. But I found that interesting. So maybe let me see this woman. I hope that she took a screenshot of this. Okay. I'm going to reach out to this person, I think. Because why not? That would be crazy. This is taking forever. I'm ready, guys. I'm ready to hear the news. Maybe I should call Garagos now and see what he thinks. Let's try this. Let's see. All right, let's see what MG says. Oh yeah, and then I'm going to reach out to this person, because if they took a photo of this ad, that would be really interesting. Pen. I freaking lose pens so easily. Oh gosh. Let's check my computer. No, I'm going to actually just plug my computer in and out again, because I feel like I'm so nervous. It's just going to go. Okay, let's try this. Okay, it says it's plugged in. All right. Sorry, guys, I'm looking for a pen just to write notes down when this finally happens. Got it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you, Jenna. All right. Oops. Wait, what does this mean? I wonder if he creepy crawled them like Charles Manson's crew. Who? I don't know. I don't know what that means.
Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you guys coming out for my court case today.
What?
Thank you so much. The Church of Scientology is prosecuting me. They are prosecuting me. I just came to court, 6 felonies,
What a loser.
hate crimes for putting up flyers for saying Scientology is a cult.
Cool.
In Germany, Scientology is considered a cult. Okay, 6 felonies. I'm facing 25 years. I'm representing.
I love how they turn the volume up. Thank you so much.
My name is Scott Hochstetter, Hochstetter. 16 misdemeanors, 6 felonies. Look it up, Scientology. We've been protesting for the last 2 years. A bunch of activists across the country. Cover this shit. Cover it.
Okay. I'm good. I'm totally good. All right. In the meantime, I'm writing this person an email. Thanks for that. All right. Let's see, guys. Oh, thank you. Lip color. You're so funny. I actually have the lip color, by the way. Not that that's why we're here, but since we're waiting, it's Makeup by Mario, and it's actually like a 2-prong lip thing. I actually just wear, not that you guys asked or you care, but one of you cares. Oh shoot. I just wear a lip liner, and then I just put like Aquaphor over it. I don't know. All right, let me see. All right. Garagos, what you doing, bro? What's going on?
Want to tell everyone I've seen the light.
Oh my God, not this guy again. I need this to stop. Getting frustrated. Okay, I just asked this guy if he took a screenshot of the ad. I wonder if it's still up and I can look for it too, actually. I could do that. Oh, Erica, we don't have a super chat. I mean, I don't know how that would work. This is not my personal channel. I mean, I'm running it to a degree, but yes, it's not my personal channel. But thank you. I appreciate you. Oh, thanks, new kid. You're here from ACK, which, by the way, I was trying to get in touch with ACK yesterday. But about Tekashi 6ix9ine. Remember when, I don't know if you guys listen to ACT, but I had said, you ignore me when I try to call you or when I, reach out to you. And he's like, no, I don't. You had the wrong number. And I did. I had the wrong number. But yesterday I had the right number. And I tried him a bunch of times and nothing, still nothing. So, all right, let's try to find. Did they turn the volume down or did I? All right, there we go. Let's just look for any additional info about Nick while we're waiting. Oops. All right, guys, let's see. All right, well, I'm here for now until this happens. So, oh, Erica, thank you. You saw me on Ticket. How is Ticket? I haven't talked to him in a while. He's super nice guy. Yeah, they're still in the courtroom. So, Patty, we saw Alan Jackson arrive, or we just watched the video where he arrived probably at this point about 25 minutes ago. So, I mean, I'm assuming that things should be wrapped up because at this point, it doesn't look like Nick Reiner is going to enter a plea at all. So it should be pretty quick. I mean, we're waiting here to see. Was I yelling just now? That was my regular voice yelling. Okay. All right. Still waiting. Garagos didn't text me back, but you know what? Maybe we'll just call him in a second. Maybe he got wrapped up with some paperwork, whatever, who knows? But of course, the minute I call him, I'm sure AJ or somebody will come out. Oh, great. Oh, there we go. Computer just froze. Oh, no. Okay. Oh, do we have somebody?
He sure did.
Wow, breaking news. Do you think
Yep.
he's going to talk?
Oh, so I guess everybody there is just finding out too.
Let's go, get on it. Everybody, is it on?
Oh my God, this guy,
Wow,
stop.
guys. Hey, who's international? You guys ready? You guys ready? You guys ready? You guys ready? Oh, wow. Hey, the superstars are here.
Sorry, my computer is being so weird today. I feel like I'm delayed. Am I delayed right now? I'll fix that. Oh, wait. Oh.
Can you see it now? I can't really. There's no room to turn it. Is that okay? No. Okay. Oh shit! Something just fell off it. I don't know what just fell off.
Sorry, guys. I'm fixing this right now. I know that I'm slow. Okay, I'm glad the audio is fine for now, but I am trying to fix this. I'm just not trying to get myself kicked off here. Just so of course, this happens right when it's probably going to come out. Why is everything like this? If anyone has any tips on how to fix this without kicking myself off the stream, I actually can't even boot myself from the video because if I click, I'll freeze. This is so crazy. Not what I needed this morning. Oh, wait. Here we go. No. Nope. Everything is so delayed.
No. Sometimes, like, if you plug it in and it's already been on, it doesn't see it. So if you power back, cycle it, come all the way back down and come back up. Hey there, I'm ready to establish this connection.
I'm going to restart it because it's not showing.
All right, guys, you know what? Hang on 2 seconds. I think what I'm going to do is reboot this stream. This is an ad that just came up. I just don't want to boot it before it comes or restart it before it comes out. All right, if I end up booting myself, I'm gonna yeah, restart it really quick. All right, let's do this really fast. Hey guys, I'm back. Let me know if you can hear me. I'm getting the this back up. Here we go. Okay. Okay, so now we are in court.
People versus Nick Reiner, case number 25.
We're back.
F08098.
Good morning, Your Honor. Alan Jackson, on behalf of Mr. Reiner, who's present in court out of custody. I'm sorry, in custody.
Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor. Habib Balian for the people.
Your Honor, we have a matter of housekeeping that I'd like to address in chambers in dealing with the 10 subpoenas that are outstanding. There are 10 current subpoenas that are outstanding. We would ask that body attachments be issued and held for each of the 10, specifically with subpoena number 4 on the list and subpoena number 10 on the list. Counsel for both of those individuals or those parties have appeared in court. They're here with us today. We have no principled objection to an extension of time for them to comply with the subpoena, but to maintain jurisdiction, we would ask that body attachments be issued.
I don't have the list. I'd like to get a copy, and I haven't seen the proof of service, but I assume the court.
Foreign Counsel for 4 and 10 present.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm not sure which number I am.
Number 10.
I'm counsel for number 10, and we do object to issue if that would resolve the court's concerns about retaining jurisdiction. However, we see no reason, given our appearance and the fact that you're here to issue a rule of non-attachment.
And counsel for number 4.
In council member 10's statement, I don't see the necessity for issuing a body attachment. I too will stipulate the jurisdiction without necessarily waiving any objections we ultimately may make. But given my newness to the matter, I don't see the necessity of having a court order issued against an individual in this circumstance.
Fair enough. As to
Thank you, Your Honor. And just to be clear, we do also reserve all of our objections.
yes, and so, but as to the remaining numbers, that's 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Those the court will issue body attachment and hold it until the next court date.
And
9.
thank you. We have no objection to counsel's representations, given the fact that both have graciously submitted to jurisdiction with regard to 4 and 10. We think that's appropriate.
Thank you. Once again, the court will issue and hold 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9.
Thank you.
Until the next hearing date. And we'll
Does the
seal,
court have a list?
it does. The court will seal that list as well.
We've asked,
People have a copy or?
we've asked that the court seal it specifically because it is ongoing defense investigator data or evidence that we recover or we get, our counsel on behalf of Mr. Reiner gets, and that is discoverable. We'll comply with all, or counsel will comply with all
live?
obligations at that time.
Can you address the counsel's request to provide a copy to the people?
That's the point. We think that should not be done because that would implicate ongoing investigative efforts by the defense. And it would compromise Mr. Reiner's right to a fair trial and his right to maintain his investigation with some level of confidence or confidentiality, I should say.
But at this time, the court would just seal it until the next court hearing date.
Thank
you. And how else would you like to proceed?
Your Honor, at this time, I, on behalf of Orton Jackson and Quinn, and with Mr. Reiner's understanding and consent, would ask to withdraw as counsel of record based on the conversation that we've had in chambers and the explanation we've provided to the court in chambers. We feel that we have no choice at this juncture but to withdraw as counsel and ask to be removed.
What?
The Public Defender's Office has been notified. We've had conversations with them. They are here. They're staffed. They're ready to take over. My understanding is they are ready for the appointment immediately, forthwith.
Good morning, Your Honor. Kimberly Green from the Public Defender's Office. That is correct.
So the court will raise, and so that firm is relieved as counsel of record, and the court appoints the Public Defender's Office to represent Mr. Reiner.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Current counsel turn over any items that they received.
We will absolutely comply with that. We've already begun the mediation has been met.
Your Honor, there's a protective order issued by the court in place regarding the handling of discovery order that's remaining in place for now, and we'll serve a copy of that on the Public Defender's Office along with the discovery we provide.
Yes, the court will order that order.
Preclude me from giving Mr. Bailey raises a very sage point. I'm under a protective order not to provide our discovery to anybody else. That would text providing the information only to Ms. Green in her office. Then I can be in full compliance with protective order.
Anything to the people, any response to that request?
No problem. I believe the protective order spells out that it covers Mr. Jackson's firm as well as any successor counsel.
Thank you.
You can provide everything to Ms. Green.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any further? Back on the record in People versus Nick Reiner, case number 25 CJC F08098.
Good morning. Kimberly Green here at TENE for the Public Defender's Office on behalf of Mr. Reiner, who again is present.
Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor. Habib Bailey, representing the people of the state of California.
Thank you.
Your Honor, with the court's permission, we'd ask to put over the arraignment one last time to February 23rd, if that date is appropriate.
February 23rd.
That date is fine, of course.
Thank you, and I will work with Ms. Green to get her discovery prior to that date.
I'll take any waiver for your entitled. You have a constitutional statutory right to a speedy arraignment. Your counsel, Ms. Green from the Public Defender's Office, is requesting that your arraignment be continued to February the 23rd, 2026. in this department. Do you waive your right to be arraigned today so that your matter may be continued to February 23rd, 2026 for arraignment? Is counsel joining that waiver?
I do.
The court finds that the defendant has made a knowing and intelligent waiver of his right to a speedy arraignment, and that his counsel of record joins in that waiver. Matter set for arraignment in this department, February 23rd, 2026. Bail remains at no bail. You confirm?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow.
That one.
Let's see if he
I'll
comes
loop
out and
it.
says something. Oh my gosh. Rob Reiner's kid has a public defender. Holy crap. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm just making a Twitter post right now. Wow. Did you hear when he said after discussing, I mean, I know it was kind of hard to hear, but he said after discussing with Nick Reiner, etc., I have no choice but to quit. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's crazy. I heard them say they wanted body attachments for certain witnesses, I guess, that weren't responding. You know what? I'm like so scared to use my tab. I was going to. All right. We got to call Garagos. But let's see. Here, I'll turn this down for now. He's got to be coming out like any second. Jeez. So to issue a body attachment, I mean, that essentially is the court or the judge authorizing an arrest of a witness, essentially, who's not really being responsive, to bring them before a judge because they are failing to comply with a court order. And again, it was hard to hear, and I was a hot mess express because of my stupid ass computer, excuse my language. But I think he said something like, didn't he say he wanted like up to 10 body attachments or something? Did anyone else catch that? I don't want to rewind just yet because I want to make sure I catch everything that's said here. I mean, Waiting. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I mean, I think it's about money. This is what I'm hearing. But man, like what? They have money. The siblings should have money. I guess that's my confusion. I don't know. Come on, AJ. I think, yeah, everyone I'm texting right now that kind of has some firsthand knowledge about the case, they're all kind of saying it's about money. I mean, also just got word that the doctor sentencing for Matthew Perry is also delayed. That's pushed back as well. Okay. Erica says, I've said this before, but Nick took from his parents until he took their lives. Oh my gosh.
Test 1, 2, check.
MJ says, that's what I said. No inheritance from parents for Nick. If they truly loved him, removing from the will or stipulations was a good choice. I think you're right. Stipulations definitely were in order based on, yeah, his history. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, I guess maybe he's talking with the public defender. Who knows? Oh my gosh. Sorry. Factual lie. You're so funny. You can't say AJ quit. We all know AJ ain't got no quit. You're killing me. Oh my gosh. Sorry. That was funny. That was good. That was good. I want to punch this guy in the face. Shut up. I'm so sick of his voice. I was yelling there on purpose. Hannah, yeah, but why would siblings pay for that? Probably took a bit to realize their parents helped him so much, and this is what he does. Nah, enough is enough. Totally hear you. I was kind of basing them paying for this on the statement they released initially. Because if you remember in that statement, they basically asked people, instead of speculating, to show compassion. And I was like, wow, okay, that's interesting. Let's see.
Good, how are you?
Hannah, you said he definitely didn't want to quit. I've never seen that man sweat or stutter. I mean, yeah, they were going into some detail before he eventually withdrew himself. MJ says, my 2 cents, they released a statement knowing there were stipulations and it wouldn't matter. Okay, yeah, that's fair. Most likely it's about money, but also maybe AJ realized there's no defense he can go on. I don't know about that, though. Isn't it your job as a very expensive defense attorney just to figure it out, right? I mean, defense attorneys are
What's
very
your code
creative.
for your phone?
What?
Say it louder.
Yeah. Jacqueline says AJ is brilliant. He would have given the best defense possible. He is a great lawyer. Agreed. Agreed. I mean, this might be an unpopular opinion. He does come across a little bit slick to me at times with his fancy suits but you know, this is LA, so I think it works. Everybody's used to that. I mean, he was brilliant in you know, for Karen Reed, but I always was a really big fan of David Yannetti. I always thought he would possibly connect better with the jurors since, you know, he's a Boston guy or a Mass guy.
How's it going? Are you guys building a wall? Yeah.
Hmm.
This gentleman suggested it. I'll join your wall. Yeah. Look at the guys. I don't want to.
Hey, they're getting ready. All right. Any minute now. You guys must be so sick of me. I feel like I've just been talking this whole time, or my computer's been freezing, or I've been having some kind of issue. Sorry. Okay. Erica, I am totally with you. I am not over this either, that he has a public defender. That's what I was writing on Twitter. I was just like, you know, I said that Alan Jackson said he had no choice but to withdraw from the case, and then that a public defender's office was ready to take over. Crazy. And yes, Jacqueline, Alan is very, very LA, right? Better Call Saul. That's funny. Wait, the public defender. I mean, you don't want to judge a book by its cover, obviously. But yeah, she looks different than Alan Jackson. I mean, much different look. She kind of had frizzier hair. She had glasses. Yeah. I couldn't really hear her either. I couldn't hear her very well. See this link.
Yeah, because you need to. That's what I mean. Yeah. So, I mean, do something up there for 11. Yeah, if you want to get organized with them, then I'll let them know. Okay. They might take this and make sure you cover it.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, Bless Beyond. Alan Jackson, you know, he did an incredible job, of course. Yannetti definitely, he did amazingly well, but yes, he definitely needed a co-counsel, of course. I just feel like, I don't know, Yannetti just did it for me. He does it for me, I should say. You gave me an F, Marry, Kill. Nah, let's not do that. Sorry. Anyway, we'll keep it professional. Sorry. So New Kid, thank you for asking about the David and Celeste case too. Oh, wait. Okay, let's go. Let's do it.
Good morning. As you know, my name is Alan Jackson. This morning, I had to withdraw as Nick Reiner's counsel. Circumstances beyond our control, but more importantly, circumstances beyond Nick's control have dictated that, sadly, it's made it impossible for us to continue our representation of Nick. I'm legally and I'm ethically prohibited from explaining all the reasons why. I know that's a question on everybody's mind. We expect the public defender to step in. They've already been appointed and very capably protect Nick Reiner's interests as he moves forward through the system. But be clear, be very, very clear about this. My team and I remain deeply, deeply committed to Nick Reiner and to his best interests. In fact, we know, we're not just convinced, we know that the legal process will reveal the true facts of the circumstances surrounding this case, Nick's case. You know, a lot's been printed of late over the last 3 weeks. A lot has been printed about Nick, printed about his family, printed about the circumstances. Speculation is in print. On December 15th, in the early morning hours, I was in New York at the time, and I got a call. Me and my team, we dropped everything. And for the last 3 weeks, we have devoted literally every waking hour to protecting Nick and his interests. We've investigated this matter top to bottom, back to front. What we've learned, and you can take this to the bank, is that pursuant to the laws of this state, pursuant to the law in California, Nick Reiner is not guilty of murder.
Oh.
Print that. Print that. We wish him the very, very best moving forward. And that's all I have today.
What? Sorry, I'm writing all this down. What? Okay. We're calling Garagos. Calling him right now. I mean.
And another thing.
Okay. Let's stop sharing this. Let's call Garagos. I just don't. I guess I'm just thinking, if you feel so strongly about it, why can't you take the case pro bono, right? And do it for clout. Lawyers do that all the time. I mean, all right, let's see what he has to say. Guys, I always put up Garagos on the mic. Let me know how the volume is once I get him. Too expensive. I mean, right. I totally get that too. I'm just like, but it does happen. Oh, Garagos. Oh boy. I'm like, call me now. Okay, so okay. All right, he's going to call right back. Okay, so let's go over really quick what Alan just said based on the notes I took. He said he had to withdraw because of circumstances beyond his control, but also beyond Nick's control. He was legally prohibited from explaining why. I also wrote down that he used the adjective sadly. He used it. I sadly had to withdraw from the case. And then he added that his team is deeply committed to Nick's or having Nick's best interest. And let's see what else. And this is still moving forward. He said that. He said that, wow, I think what he said at the end, and this is why he really is such a great convincing lawyer. He really said this with a lot of conviction here. He said, pursuant to the laws in this state, Nick Reiner is not guilty of red rum. And yes, I think that means that they had an expert who possibly deemed him legally insane over the last couple of weeks. So can you call? Sorry, I was texting him again. Psycho texting. the multiple blues. There we go. He said that he is, back to Alan Jackson, sorry. He is certain that the legal system will reveal the facts, the true facts about this case, the true facts. He also said that he got a call in the early morning hours of December 15th in New York, and he has spent the last 3 weeks protecting Nick Reiner's best interest. So, wow, did I miss anything else? Yeah, so his arraignment is continued to February 23rd. I mean, this is something. This is something. All right, I want to try Garagos one more time after all this. Oh, God. Oh, here he comes. There you are. Hi. No, it's okay. I'm going to put you on speaker for the live, okay? Okay. Okay, everyone, we've got Garagos on the line. Let me know that you can hear him. But Garagos, how are you?
Yes, I'm wonderful. How about you, Lauren?
Well, I'm good. You know, we are very anxious to hear your thoughts on this because we are all thinking that this is money related. What are your thoughts?
You know, I've been in this position where I've defended these, what I call a parricide case, killing of a parent. I remember more than 10 years ago being in one of these, and the second time I went to see the client in lockup, I had to duck because he threw a bag of urine at me. And
Ew.
I remember thinking at the time, life is too short. There's, these cases are obviously traumatic. They're heart-wrenching, gut-wrenching, and the problem is that you're almost always dealing with somebody who is literally not in their right mind. That's my immediate reaction. In terms of money, and I know there's a lot of speculation. I would imagine Alan did not publicly say why he was removing himself. But what I did read, and I haven't talked to Alan today, but what I did read is that he went into chambers first. The fact that he went into chambers first, and the fact that the matter was put over for a substantial period of time, because if I'm not mistaken, was it not put over till week of February?
February 23rd, correct.
That does not strike me as that it's primarily money related. It could be that the family had second thoughts about the payment of the fees, but I don't think I've said it all along. I don't think that's where this is coming from. I think that when you put a case over, when somebody's facing the ultimate criminal charge, which is murder, and they put it over not for the first time for 3 weeks, and now this time for close to 6 weeks, it's what I think I talked to you about before. I think he's not competent. I don't think he's competent at this point. I don't think Alan is, and I'm speculating, but I just don't think he's in a position where he can say that he's connected or represents this client. The family can hire somebody, but one of the things you have to do is you have to disclose to the client the family is paying, or as a third party. There's a third party disclosure, and it's still the client calls the shots. I'm going to just wildly speculate, having done more parasite cases than I want to think of, that this is a case where there just wasn't the formation of an attorney-client relationship because of the mental competency or lack thereof.
Okay, but Alan just said in his speech to the press, he said this was out of Nick's control, basically. He said all of this is, out of Nick's control. He said, sadly, I have to withdraw. He's legally prohibited from explaining why. But then he added, Mark, that his team is deeply committed to Nick's best interest. And again, circumstances that he had no control over, that Nick had no control over. He also said, what we've learned thus far, you can take to the bank, and these are just my notes, pursuant to the laws in this state, obviously California, Nick Reiner is not guilty of red rum, and the legal system will reveal all of the true facts about him and about this case. He said that they have spent the last 3 weeks just ensuring and protecting Nick's best interests. So now, all of a sudden, he's out? I don't,
By the way, if it was all about money, and they thought it was about money, obviously they went into chambers to disclose to the court, and whatever, or the fact that they were withdrawing. I mean, everything he just said is consistent with it's out of Nick's control. I mean, could that be that he wasn't getting paid? I suppose so.
Well, yeah, because
absolutely.
Yeah. Also, like, why, if this was going to happen, you know, why wouldn't the family, if it wasn't about money, I guess, like, why wouldn't they call you? Like, why wouldn't they call another attorney in the meantime? I mean, the fact that right now Nick Reiner is using a public defender is blowing my mind. I can't wrap my head around this. And I also like this decision of Alan, you know, removing and stuff. This didn't happen last night. I'm sure this was coming, right? Like,
for whatever you just said, the key to what you just said is this did not just happen last night.
Right.
Clearly, when you say it's out of his control, you would think that that is a money issue. And if it's the public defender, you would think it's a money issue.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced that that's where they're at. He may not be, he just may not be. Was there anything to suggest that Nick blessed this decision in what Alan said?
I don't know if he necessarily blessed it per se, but he did in court to the judge, which, I mean, you know, which was pretty cool that it was actually streamed. We didn't see Nick, but he said he had discussions with Nick. He had, and they came to this conclusion, which again was out of Nick's control, but he was aware of it. And someone in the chat is asking, do you mean it's out of Nick's control just mentally here? Like Nick can't help that he is possibly mentally incompetent, and that's why, you know?
One of the most frustrating things about competency and the level of, and the kind of the depths of the pernicious nature is when you say it's out of his control, it could be that Nick does not understand what has happened, what he has done, certainly knows, has some idea now, is being told several weeks away from self-medicating what he allegedly did, and does not agree that his family should be funding a defense. I mean,
right.
Say that.
Yeah.
You come to that conclusion. I just think I don't think it's as easy to say, knowing Alan like I do, I don't think that money was what's driving this. If money was what's driving this, there are other ways for Alan to have constructed a retention agreement that would have allowed him to stay on for at least through a limited purpose of a mental evaluation. So I think that there's when he was talking, he also telegraphed before at the last arraignment about the complexity and the layers of the complexity involved. That, to me, is code for this is somebody who's in the throes of a serious mental challenge. And all of this has the earmarks of that to me.
Huh. I guess, I don't know. I mean, it just.
And by the way, if it were just money,
yeah,
why would the public defender substitute in, now be the attorney of record? I assume once Alan withdrew, did the public defender enter her appearance?
Yes, she was there, and she said that Alan said that they had already spoken.
Correct.
Yeah.
And so he would have, and so she knew going into it that she was going to continue this matter for 6 weeks. Once again, clearly that's for the mental issues.
Okay, I guess again, I am just still having trouble.
Over for 6 weeks. If you thought there was going to be some reason to waive time, meaning waive your constitutional right to a speedy trial, and you're the public defender, the idea of waiving the arraignment for another 6 weeks after you've already done it for 3, taking you out 10 weeks, that there's no other logical reason for doing that unless somebody's in the throes of extreme mental illness.
Okay, that makes sense, but what doesn't make sense to me again is then why give up this incredible lawyer to go to a public defender because you're in the throes of a mental health battle that might be more serious than we all thought? Wouldn't that be another reason to keep your expensive lawyer? Like,
if he was, you're thinking logically and ascribing logic to somebody or something that is not in any way tethered to reality.
Okay. I feel like you know something that you can't tell us or something. I feel like you're being so elusive. I know how you talk. You know something right now, and it's like you do. I know it. You totally do, and you just can't tell us. It's fine. I'm not going to do this to you.
Thank you, Lauren.
You're welcome, but I have to call you out, of course. But yeah, I feel like you're holding back, and it's fine because it's going to come out eventually. I think a lot of us we understand what you're saying. We're still a little confused, but do you think it'll come out soon before February 23rd? What the hell is going on, or no?
Yes, I think you're going to find out within the next week.
Oh, within the next week. Okay. Well, we have a guesstimate here. Probably a very educated one. Yeah. Okay.
In fact, given the current news cycle, it may even be quicker than that.
Oh, that's interesting. And yeah, like I said, you had said this before, based on your knowledge of the Reiners, they don't want their kid to have a public defender, even if he allegedly red-rummed them, right? They want him to have a very good, solid defense, and they don't want him to face capital punishment.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
All of that is absolutely correct, and all of that is absolutely consistent with what's happening.
Okay, guys, if you have any last things for Mark, he's a busy guy, so put it in the chat really quickly. But yeah, I just was not expecting all of this today. Not at all. I was not. But
I think I said before, and there was, in fact, I had this argument with Harvey on Two Angry Men.
Yeah,
Harvey was convinced
that
there was going to be a not guilty by reason of insanity, and I kept pushing back. I just think that was never going to happen, in my opinion. So
you totally pushed for the mental competency thing. You did say that. And
I've seen this movie many times. So
wow. And I'm sorry that you had pee thrown on you, but that's horrible. Did it hit you? Just wondering.
I ducked.
You ducked. Oh, all right.
I ducked.
All right.
It was very reminiscent of George W. Bush dodging a shoe.
Sorry.
I felt like I thought W did a good job. I thought I did as well. In closer quarters. I don't know if you've ever been in a lockup. It's quite something.
No, I actually haven't. I wish I had. Isn't that really messed up? Some people want to go to Disney World. I'd rather go to like a high security lockup, death row preferably. But
when my kids were young, so I'm going back 25 or 30 years. One of the things that I did with my son and some of his friends, mostly males, was to go and take them to court with me and then show them the lockup.
Oh my God!
So when your boys get to the right age, or the appropriate age, I may ask your husband for a hall pass to take them to show them the lockup. Version of Scared Straight.
Yeah, I'm going with you. Are you kidding me? There's nothing better than being like, hey, you little punks, behave yourself, or this is where you end up. It's not so fun.
Well, one of the things that maybe going back 35, 40 years ago, and young female lawyers who were working for me, and if you're where Nick Reiner was today, in that courtroom, there is an adjacent lockup where they hold all the prisoners who are awaiting their proceedings. And that lockup many years ago was a teeming mass of humanity where all bodily functions were performed.
Ew.
And yes, and many of the female lawyers who have worked for me over the years have begged off ever going down there because that's the only place you can actually get talk to your client before you have them arraigned. It's quite a sensory overload.
I was gonna say, I actually think I'm pretty tough. I would say where I draw the line with my gagging, I can deal with shit, I can deal with pee, I can't deal with vomit. It's too much, literally too much for me. If I had the vomit, I would, yeah. But Mark, before we let you go, people in the chat, they just want to pivot for a second. They are wondering if you have any new scoops on the grand jury or what is happening with Celeste and David.
So here's where I will give Harvey a shout out.
Okay.
He's the one who's reporting that they weren't going to do anything before the new year. And he's also the one who reported, it was a great deal of frustration for me to have to listen to people talk about it, that this was not a so-called investigative grand jury.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that was going around. Whoever the person who started that, I'm going to bet you was somebody who was from New York who was used to that. The LA grand jury, when it's conducted by, they were doing an investigation, they have an assigned deputy DA. So they wouldn't bring in Beth Silverman to do an investigative grand jury. Major crimes. She's one of their superstars in the office, and she's a hard charger. Once again, going back many years, I remember her as a brand new deputy and thinking this woman's got game and she's going to go places. And sure enough, she has. I suspect that, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, maybe I'm right, maybe I'm not. I suspect that what is happening is that they have gone to outside experts, and that's part of the reason that the DA's office is at loggerheads with the medical examiner's office, because the medical examiner's office has publicly stated they're not buying what the DA is selling, basically. And the DA has gone in 2 out of 3 times successfully, gotten an order to shut down any of the
Emmys.
The medical examiner's statements. So that tells me that they need more than the medical examiner has given them, and that they've got outside experts who are doing the various things. I could speculate on what the experts or who the usual suspects are, but I don't want to do that. But my guess is that they've got 2 or 3 at least outside experts who are taking all of the ME stuff, taking all of the evidence, and doing a thorough job of reevaluating. And I say that based on the fact that I know for a fact that what LAPD has done in terms of the timeline is incredible. And I don't often salute the LAPD, but in this case, they've really done a yeoman's effort on the timeline, an impressive timeline, and they know more than the public does.
Wow. I mean, okay. So I guess what you're saying is you believe, and you had said this to me, we've done lives on this. You were like, I just don't think this is an investigative grand jury. And for those who are not aware, an investigative grand jury cannot recommend any charges or an indictment, but a regular grand jury can. And now Mark is saying they would have never brought in Beth Silverman to an investigative grand jury. This grand jury can result in an indictment, can result in charges. And you are surmising that the medical examiner's office, let's say they believe they don't have enough, her cause of death is deferred. And basically the LADA's office, they want to bring in their experts to possibly say, nope, it's not deferred, it's XYZ based on what our findings are, right?
Correct.
Okay.
That's exactly right.
Okay. And then that will be presented to the grand jury to hopefully get the ball rolling on what we believe, or many of us believe, based on sources, will actually be David. And, I've said this before where everybody's probably like, yeah, well, duh, the body was found in the frunk of his Tesla. Of course, he should be the one indicted. Well, if it was that easy, why hasn't it happened yet?
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
I don't know that I necessarily buy that line of thinking. the reason I do, and one last thing before I hop up, the reason I
Yeah.
do think that clearly there's outside experts that have been retained is they would not have, Harvey would not have been confirmed in terms of his reporting that nothing was going to happen before the end of the year, unless one of these experts had told the DA, look, even expedited, I'm not going to get you anything until January or February.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh, this is really helpful. Thank you, Garagos. This was so helpful. Oh my gosh. We love you so much. Your honestly, your commentary, your expertise is so invaluable here. I forgive you for being evasive. Hopefully you'll have some good information for us about Nick Reiner soon, possibly.
No, I understand. I'll talk to you.
Okay. I'll talk to you later. Thanks, Garagos. Bye. Guys. Okay, did you not feel that? Where I was like, I just feel like if you go back and watch some of our streams that we've done on this channel, when he comments on these cases, he goes way more in depth. And I'm sorry, I'm going back to Nick Reiner. He goes way more in depth. He gives specific details about certain things. He knows something. I know he's a busy guy right now. He's got a case he's working on somewhere. I mean, he's all over the place, but I don't know. Maybe he got a call. Who knows? I don't know, but we'll find something out. That was very interesting. I'm very interested in what he said about the experts with Celeste and David. So I think that what I'm going to do after this is I'm going to get all of this transcribed so I can write a piece about Celeste and David and publish that for you all so you can see in writing exactly what he said and what he believes is happening right now. So stay tuned for that. That will definitely come out today. And then as far as Nick Reiner goes, we have our senior investigative reporter, Michelle McPhee. She should be writing up a piece right now about the arraignment. So you can definitely check that out on lamag.com. I will put some stuff out on my Twitter based on what Mark said as well. My Twitter is Conlin_Lauren if you want to go follow that. I'm still confused about Nick Reiner. I really am. And when I say that I still am confused, I do get asked sometimes to go on different shows and give a non-legal analysis, right? Court TV or Fox, News Nation, whatever. I feel like with Nick Reiner at this point, if someone were to ask me, can you jump on and give me some kind of non-legal analysis? I would be like, I still am not fully comprehending all of these different scenarios. I'm not yet. But he did make a good point, like about Alan Jackson with the money situation. There are ways to figure this out, right? And I was saying that. I mean, lawyers do this all the time, not just based on clout, like what I said, but Alan said they were working on this for 3 weeks. It's like, why would they just walk away if it was solely based on money? Right here, let me drop my my X in here so you guys can see, and also follow the LA Mag X, and then I'll do that as well. And then it's LA Mag on X. Yeah, follow that. But I just feel like I have to sit here and just lay everything. Oh, hey, Stay, nice to see you. Better late than never. I gotta lay everything out, I think, and put it in writing, and then start to comprehend, I think, everything that he said and then everything that we heard in court. Oh, shit. I wanted to ask him about the body attachments. Damn it. Oh my gosh, you guys, I just thought of this. What if they were trying to subpoena witnesses from the Conan O'Brien party, and it was all these celebrities that weren't responding? What if they were trying to get body attachments for like Bill Hader? And oh my gosh, that's crazy. Natalie Grifter, nice makeup. Thank you so much. So I'm really bad at YouTube. I don't really know. I don't have a mod for this channel yet. How do you kick people out? But thank you for noticing I feel like, is my makeup like noticeable that it would be a thing that I would be a grifter? I don't understand. Sorry, I'll move on. Let me see how you kick people. How do you ban user and delete their comments? I don't care about the comment being, I just want to ban this person. Okay, bye. All right, anyway, there, I was able to ban them. Yeah, so I just thought about that. What if they're trying to get body attachments because a bunch of celebrities are like, nope, we don't want anything to do with this. I mean, I'm assuming that they'd have a lawyer that would tell them, you know, you probably should go to court and answer this so that you don't get arrested, because that will make the news even bigger and even larger, and that would be very bad press if that happened. So anyway, thank you so much. I know guys, I will figure out the mod situation here, because this is not my personal YouTube. This is like the company YouTube. I just am not sure how that works. So I'll figure that out, because as it grows, we will need mods, so people don't comment on my makeup. I mean, not that I care, but yeah, I know my makeup is really distracting, but all right, let's see. Let me just make sure. Oh, wait. Hold on. 1 second. I just got a missed call from Garagos. I think he got a late text. Hi. I think you saw my text from before when I called you. Like, that's what I think it was. Yeah. So we're good. We're still discussing. Okay. We're not talking about you at all. Okay. All right. Bye. Bye. Yeah, no, I had texted him before and I was like, where are you? Call me back. And so he just saw it now and he called back. So anyway. Okay. All right. So yeah, I mean, I do feel like I want to discuss this, but before I can discuss this, I need to get a better understanding on everything. And fudgesicle. So okay, all right. The people are saying you forgot the body attachments again. Okay, but here's the thing, guys. Mark did not watch the hearing. He didn't even watch Alan Jackson. So let me text him just because I don't, hold on. One last thing. AJ mentioned getting a bunch of body attachments for witnesses. I think it could be for celebs at the Conan party. Let's see. All right, let's see if he says anything. Sorry, guys. Sorry. MJ. Oh my God, Lauren, body attachments. Sorry. Okay. A body attachment basically is when the court, or let's say the prosecution or the defense subpoenas a witness and the witness does not respond, the court can basically order, the dots are coming for Garagos. They can basically get them arrested for not complying with the court order and have them physically brought in because they are arrested. That's what a body attachment is. So yeah, it's, he said, what did he say exactly? So I have to go back and listen. But he basically said he was asking the judge to issue. He just said he wanted the judge to issue several of them for witnesses, I'm assuming, who did not respond. But it was quite a few. It was quiet, so I have to go back and listen. Okay. Oh, that's what I thought. I did say 10 body attachments. So I did hear that. Thank you. Let me just check to see if another publication caught that immediately. Jackson. Let's see. All right. The request for Alan, yeah. Okay, here we go. Fox 8 had said, I like this judge, by the way, because she approved cameras in the courtroom. Okay. Doesn't say anything about, dang, why wouldn't they say anything about the, sometimes I always feel like when I do recaps of arraignments, they take me forever because I am including every single detail. And so many publications are like, don't include details like this. And I'm like, that's the shit that I want to know. Yeah, they don't mention anything. They do say they were there. They said Nick was wearing brown jail garb with his head shaved. And then the attorneys went into the judge's chambers to confer before the case was called. Yeah. All right, there's got to be something else. Oh, they also noted that the first time he was in court, he was wearing shackles and the suicide prevention smock, but he was not wearing the suicide prevention smock today. So that's good. I mean, for him to not take his own life. Sorry, I don't know why I said that's good. That's just a habit. Okay, let's try this. Okay, let's try this news. My glasses. Nothing about body attachments. Let's see what he says. Yeah, Mark didn't say anything. He just said he needs more information. But oh, this is interesting, Erica. You said the body attachments might have something to do with the family not wanting to put their I mean, but you would think, right? If the family was the one that hired the attorney, they would all be on the same page as to who should be called as witnesses and who should, you know, be working with them at a certain point. But man, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Mark just said this would seem to indicate, that would seem to indicate people at the party who didn't want to show up, which is also instructive. That's I mean, that was my thinking as I said it out loud here on the stream. Like, what if there's party goers that are just like, we want nothing to do with this, like nothing. Because if you think about it, I mean, Rob Reiner, obviously huge name in Hollywood. I mean, and it's not political, but let's be honest, like the term political, like everything is political. Who knows? Maybe these people are just like, we don't want anything to do with this case because we just don't want to get in the middle of it for ourselves and our own, you know, reputation and whatever. So who knows? But yeah, I'm glad that I was sort of on the same page as him there. But this is wild. Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to pin this comment unsolved, but I understand who would want anything to do with this. They also said Nick is a whack job who should have been locked up years ago. Again, I don't know much about him or enough about him. Oh, I am curious to see if that person wrote me back about the Craigslist post, because let me see. Did they write back? Oh, they wrote back. I asked if he had a copy of the Craigslist post. I'm not going to read the whole email, but he said, no. Detectives will be able to find it by subpoenaing internal Craigslist records. That will bring up the ad and the email address of who originally placed it. Yeah, sure. Okay. He's going into why he saw the ad. I don't want to like say his personal shit. Okay. All right. This is interesting. I feel like I really want to go and look for this ad. I don't know why it would be removed necessarily. I mean, maybe if the Reiners put it up, maybe they removed the ad. But that's interesting. I feel like that could be a good story, but it's also just like I can't just write this story based on nothing. I feel like I gotta have something. I don't know. We'll see. Sorry, my eyes again. Charles Manson, yin yang eyes. Okay, guys, I gotta think about all of this. I'm gonna put out a Reiner podcast for tomorrow morning. I'll have a Celeste article out later today, and then I'll lay out some more Reiner thoughts, most likely on Twitter. But like I said, go check out Michelle McPhee's piece that should be coming out soon on Reiner. I'll definitely retweet it on my Twitter as well. And I don't know. I feel like with what Mark said, we're gonna know a lot more, and he knows a lot more than he told us. So anyway, let's see. Okay, all right, guys. Thank you for being here. I'm sorry about my computer issues earlier. I got to figure those out too. Make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. We are trying to grow, and we are trying to give commentary based on fact, based on opinions of experts, and not just rumors and whatnot. So, okay. Thank you all. Also at 3:00, I have like a busy day today. At 3:00, I'm going to be on a podcast, The Daily Dose of Dana, I think is what it's called. Yes, Day, my crazy eyes. Yeah. I'll be on that podcast. I'll be discussing this. I'll be discussing the Tepe double homicide out of Ohio. I'll be discussing the Maduro arraignment on Monday that I was at. So yeah, it's going to be pretty packed. Anyway, all right, guys, thank you so much. Thank you for being here, and check in tomorrow for a new Reiner podcast.